I am Jack Catlin, partner with LCM Architects. I think one of the most important things for a performing arts organization to do is to develop a perspective and to understand and to plan for the incorporation of whatever is necessary, and to develop that plan and to reach out to the disability community, to the disabled community, to understand what their needs are in that planning, and then to implement the plan. That is the most important thing, is to make it a part of your planning. If it's capital planning, to make it a part of capital planning. If it's program planning, to make it a part of that program planning. To understand that people with disabilities are part of society, that disability is a normal human condition.
My name is Celia Hughes, and I'm the Executive Director of VSA Texas, which is the state organization on arts and disability. Another thing that you really need to take into consideration when you are starting an accessibility program is do not do it without people with disabilities at the table with you as partners. The first thing you need to try to do is put together an advisory council, or just some people that you can sit down and talk with and ask them to talk with you a little bit about what your needs are. The best people to find are people who are already patrons of your services. Find people who really like what you do, who come to your venue, or who want to come to your venue, who were art patrons before or art visitors before, because they're going to be the ones that really are going to help you in your mission of making your programs the most accessible.
I'm Cheryl York, and I'm the Executive Director of the National Center on Accessibility. You first of all have to have buy-in from your top administration that accessibility is important and that it is included in everything that you do. It's not an add-on or an afterthought. Then I think it's important that you have a person or a committee of persons that are ensuring that accessibility is not overlooked as you are doing new activities, adding new programs, perhaps adding new facilities. And then the process of evaluating where are your barriers. We do that by evaluating how do we do our programs, what are our policies and procedures. And to evaluate your physical facilities, then you need to go around and look at the standards that are available and actually do measurements of those standards or of those facilities based on those standards to see what you're meeting and what you're not meeting. But you also need to look at it based on disability. You don't want to just remove all the barriers for people who are physically disabled and ignore people who have sensory disabilities. When you figure out where your barriers are through that process, then you need to create a document, a plan for how those barriers are going to be removed. Prioritize them, and then set dates to those and begin your barrier removal.
If I were a newcomer to accessibility in a venue, my job was to make my venue and make my programs accessible. I would reach out to everyone around the country who's been doing this for a while, because you're not alone. Go to the professional organizations and go to the people who have been doing this and ask their advice.